1995, a group of people conscious of the relationship between human beings and nature decided to live in an environment that would minimize the negative impact on the environment and which was sustainable and respectful to nature, to the people, and shared spaces. The VALDEPIÉLAGOS Ecohousing was constituted the 9th of January of 1996 as a housing cooperative society. During 96 and 97, it carried out promotional work by various means: articles in newspapers and magazines, visit to possible interested groups, informative meetings, etc., in order to obtain the 30 members necessary to purchase the land and its subsequent urbanization and construction. The first objective was the creation of a neighborhood of 30 single-family houses with bioclimatic architecture criteria and ecological materials. Once the initial group was formed, decisions were taken as a group, either with a simple majority or qualified majority. After many ups and downs, in 2008, the houses were finally finished, and the families started living here and enjoying this project.
They created a safe place where they can develop healthy and familiar neighborhood relationships.
Each neighbor owns or rents, in some cases, their own house, which are all equal. Each neighbor can decide what to do with their land. Personal freedom is a fundamental value in which this project is based. Every neighbor can take autonomous decisions about their own space, always respecting other neighbors, and inside common parameters, such as natural life, respect, no pollution, always focused on the sustainability of nature and of the social sphere. Some grow their own vegetables and fruits, others have a nice garden to enjoy, others have chickens or rabbits. They do not try to be similar, but embrace diversity and let diversity make the project viable and enhance itself. The eco-housing has evolved a lot throughout the years, as neighbors have changed. More than 150 families have lived here. Each neighbor brings their own personality to the eco-housing. As for now, there are 29 families living here, of which only 5 have been through the whole development process, and another 15 have been here since the houses were finished building, and there is only one house that still remains empty. There is a close relationship between all the neighbors to share opportunities, business, furniture, or materials which they are not using anymore. They have shared materials and construction tools. Some of the neighbors are part of a consumption group from ecological producers, and others participate in a community-supported agriculture association in a nearby village. Amongst the neighbors of today, many of them carry out activities to contribute to the society, the villagers, and their neighbors. The Asociacion Tierra does European youth projects about permaculture, theatre, and non-violent communication to bring young people to learn about these topics and to contribute to the village. Chema has a yoga center where he gives online and in-person sessions. He is also a professional guitar player. Raquel and Roberto have created their own music studio where they do improvisation therapies to help people discover themselves and enhance creativity through music. Mar gives non-violent communication workshops and has helped with some neighbor disputes. The cooperative Tierra Theatre does puppeteers with values for children, bringing sustainability and care closer to them. Fina, who is already retired, does handmade cosmetics and soap workshops. Rafa has his own chicken and bakes bread for the neighbors of the eco-village. Pedro, apart from being a university teacher, is the mayor of Valdepiélagos, working hard to implement as many sustainable measures as he can during his term. When it's possible, all the neighbors of the Eco Aldea get together to do a community lunch or dinner, once a month. where each neighbor brings something to share with the rest. Also, there are working days where neighbors gather and work on one thing around the ecoaldea that benefits all. Here, you can see 30 houses that were built with bioclimatic criteria. This means that they were built in order to take advantage of all the conditions of the weather and the climate of the space. This has a very low ecological footprint and saves up money. They planted a lot of different trees and vegetable species in the streets of the ecoaldea to make the space greener, and even some of the trees are fruit trees which neighbors can enjoy.
The paints of all the house are ecological from natural materials. The doors are made from wood of sustainable forest. The tiles of the floor are made with mud to keep the house cool. We have floor heating system with water heated by the solar panels and pumped under the floor. This is a very economical system. Brick of the walls are very natural, cheap woods and mud, very environmental friendly. Cork for isolation. We have more windows facing south because the south receives more sunlight than the north. This then saves electricity for heating and lighting the house.
We have a double pipe system. The black waters go like for this pipe, but the gray water, the water you use to shower, for example, you can water the plants directly. When the raindrops goes to the roof, from the roof goes to these holes, and from these holes goes to the street and to the drain. The drain goes to the deposit that are in the green area. With a system of pipes, we have water here to water the trees of the street.
There are some common spaces in the land which not only the eco-village neighbors can enjoy, but anybody who wants, people from the village or visitors. The ecoaldea is part of the Iberian Eco-Village Network and an aspiring member of Gen Europe. It is an active member and participates in the gathering online or in person. The ecoaldea has been featured in many media channels, such as TV channels in Spain. In the documentary titled Stop Rodando el Cambio, it participates in the Clips project, and it has also been featured in different radio programs. It has also hosted 2 gatherings of villages in transition, 2 eco-village gatherings of the center area of Spain, and it has promoted the celebration of the Day of Sustainable Communities along with the town hall, where different activities were carried out. The neighbors of the ecoaldea will continue to incorporate sustainable measures in their space and contribute to the care of the environment, not only inside the ecoaldea but also to the whole village. There is a collaboration with the town hall and projects nearby. People keep looking for new ways they can contribute to their beliefs. We hope that this way of living begins to be more integrated into the suburbs of cities, and there is a transition to a greener rural life.